LOZ app, LOZ. Rumor mill. Hey, you've heard that there was a Missouri cave that has just massive blocks of cheese, right?
Right. I've heard a lot of them, like down in Herman. They've got big cave like that, where of course they do wine. But I didn't realize there were so many natural underground caves in Missouri.
Okay, so there are, and I went down a rabbit trail.
Right.
Couldn't stop. It was kind of fascinating. But so there's converted old limestone mines here in Missouri. Thousands and thousands of pounds of cheese. Opportunity for climate control storage. Makes sense, right?
Right,
That's
yeah.
what we've heard.
Sure.
Okay, well, the good thing is in Missouri, it's the cave state. There's over 7,000 caves in the state of Missouri. And America, like I said, we love cheese. Actually, the recent study showed that average Americans consume 42.5 pounds of cheese per person
I was
a
just
year.
cutting the cheese this morning.
Of course you were. And something tells me you might have just again.
Probably hasn't stopped.
So that's an all-time high. But listen, back in 1977, President Jimmy Carter promised to amp up the dairy industry. And he allowed dairy farmers to amp up milk production without risk. And that forced milk prices to shoot up. Everybody was drinking milk, they loved it, and it became more popular. Well, fast forward to the 1980s, and actually America had a massive surplus of cheese. So there was a debate. Do we dump all this cheese in the ocean, or do we, under then President Ronald Reagan, he launched the Temporary Emergency Food Assistance Program, which was government cheese. You've heard of government cheese. This is wild. They allocated blocks of government cheese to people who were in impoverished area or who were struggling to get food. But because of that, they realized that in these big blocks, it was actually stayed and it could melt down easy. And so government cheese was actually what we know as American cheese, like Kraft Singles.
Right.
Isn't that wild?
Yeah.
Government cheese. Well, I think it's the best cheese. What's better on a grilled cheese than Kraft Singles?
Right. Good stuff, man.
But the problem was they needed a place to store all these massive, massive blocks. And so enter cheese caves. Missouri, the cave state, 7,000 caves with lots of food stored here. Climate controlled, typically the caves in the low 60s with moderate humidity made it a perfect place.
Right.
However, the rumor is that it's still that way today. In Springfield, there is Springfield Underground, which is a 3.2 million square foot warehouse.
3.2 million square foot. How huge is that? Who knew it was even there?
My mind can't even fathom how big that is.
And apparently there's another one in Kansas City. They call it the Hunt Midwest Subtropolis, that's located in an old limestone deposit, 150 feet below ground. That's in the Kansas City area. And apparently that's smaller than this one in Springfield. That blows my mind, man.
And in this one, wow, that warehouse, the owners actually rent that out to private clients, and their spokesperson said there is cheese, but they can't say how much or how little.
Right.
She said, however, USDA is not one of our clients, and there's not a multi-pound block of government cheese anywhere down here. So that might debunk that myth. But who knows what's down there in that 3.2 million square feet.
Apparently there are some server farms down in those places too, like for the cloud and stuff. No known Missouri cheese caves open to consumers. Because I'd love to go see one of these things, right? But apparently they're closed to the public.
And Michelle is sitting there saying, thank you for answering prayers, Lord. That
She gets
you can't
plenty
go
of
to a
cheese.
cheese cave.
Absolutely.
All right, so our next LOZ rumor mill with the LOZ app is the Fosters.
Yeah.
Back in play with the outlet mall?
Yeah, remember they had the outlet mall under contract a couple years ago. That fell through. It looked like the Pruitts maybe had a deal for the mall. That looks like that's going away, and the Fosters are apparently back.
Yeah, this is Nancy Zellner from Lake Sun. I saw broke the story. And Chris Foster confirmed with her on August 19th that his company is working with the new group of investors to bring the mall back to its former glory. You alluded to the deal they had in late 21, and that was a $186 million redevelopment plan with legacy development. But the city and the developers couldn't agree on the terms of the TIF and the bonds. And so the last couple of years, you've seen the outlet mall basically dwindle down. Remember, it was built in the mid-1980s, and at its peak, 110 booming stores through the outlet mall.
Yeah.
Now only a few remain. So we'll keep you posted on that, but it looks like the Fosters may be getting really close to announcing something. And Zellner's article went on to back and forth. Mayor Harmison seems indecisive in what he's sharing about this, but he did tease an announcement coming soon with the Oasis amusement park development. So we'll keep you posted